Well, we are into the last phase of this grammar chapter that we have been talking about this whole week, and as we are all aware, we were speaking about or we were learning about determiners. So, in this, we are going to talk about the other determiners which are there in the chapter. So, basically, today we are going to talk about distributive determiners, right? So under the heading of others, distributive determiners is what we are going to talk about today. So the first thing first, here it talks about each and every. So each is used for two or more than two items, and every is used for more than two items only. So basic difference, each is used for both. It can be used for two or more than two items, but every is used for more than two items only. Both of these are followed by singular countable nouns and singular verb referred to subject verb concord. Why I have written this? If you remember or if you recall, try to recall, in subject verb agreement we have learned that if a noun is being qualified by each, we are supposed to use a singular verb. So that is why I have written over here referred to subject verb agreement or concord. So in this case also the rule remains same, whatever rule that we have learnt in that chapter. So let us take an example of the same. So the example, as you can see, each of the two boys has won the prize. So over here each is being used as a determiner, distributive determiner, and of the two boys is the noun phrase that is being used. Though it is boys, but see over here, as per subject verb concord, we are supposed to use a singular verb, hence has is been used. Next we will go on to the other aspect of each and every. It says we use each when the number in the group is limited or definite. When you are known about the number of the members or number of the things which are there, means it has a definite shape of the group or size of the group. But every is used when the number is indefinite or unknown, when you don't know the number. Okay, so let me show you an example. Over here I've taken an example where it says that every living part of an environment has a biotic element. So every is been used over here, see, and living part of an environment is used as a noun phrase over here. So it's talking about every living part of an environment has a biotic element. So this is an example of how to use every as a determiner in the sentence. And related to this biotic and abiotic, I think you are either studying about it or you will study about this part in your biology. Okay, so this is this. We will move on to the next words of determiners or distributive determiner, which are most, several and all, where most is used with plural countable nouns. Next, several is used with plural nouns, but it refers to a number which is not very large. Less than most means it is trying to say that several means less than most, or in other words you can also say it is more than 2. And the next one is all. All requires a plural verb when used with a countable noun, but requires a singular verb with an uncountable noun. Now why is this plural verb and singular verb being highlighted over here? Again we have to refer to that chapter of subject and verb agreement. In that also we have learned, and over here also some part of it has come. When we are talking about countable nouns, we are supposed to put plural verb if we are using all in it. Remember, if we are using all as a determiner in the sentence, then we are supposed to use a plural verb. In case if we have uncountable nouns, that is this one, in that case the usage of verb will be singular in number if that sentence has got all in it. So we will quickly try to check a few examples. Let's see. So the first example is there with most. Most of the people can be trusted, where of the people is the noun phrase and most is been used. Over here, do not get confused by this the, right? This the is not working as a determiner. In articles we have learnt about the. This the here is not working as the determiner, remember. It is working as an article, definite article. The has come because most is there, which is the superlative degree in adjective, in comparison of adjective. If you remember, in yesterday's class also we have spoken about that. Okay, we will check on to the next example. The next example is of several. So it says several people lost their lives in the tsunami. So in the tsunami, several people lost their lives, but most of the people has not. So here, as you can see, less than most. Over here, less than most is what is being said when I spoke about, or when we learnt about this. So several means not most of the people, but several people. Of course, more than 2 people have lost their life when there was this tsunami. Next, we will take up another example with all. All that glitters is not gold. See over here, glitters is under the category of uncountable noun. Yesterday we were speaking about, or we were talking about uncountable. We spoke about milk, we spoke about coffee, and then we said that water, I mean anything that is liquid, is always uncountable. Therefore you see, glitter is also in the same category, though it does not belong to the family of liquid, but then glitter is considered to be uncountable noun. So all that glitters is not gold. And it is also said, if the noun is a countable noun, then we will use a plural verb. Okay, so here the noun is not countable or uncountable. So what it is said for uncountable noun? We are supposed to use a singular verb. Check the usage of the verb in this sentence. Is being used, so we are satisfying this rule also. Hope it is clear to you all. We will move on further to the next 2 words under the heading of this distributive determiner: another and other. So another is used only with singular countable nouns, whereas other can be used with singular countable, plural countable, or uncountable nouns. So these are the 2 basic difference, but then both has to be used. We will quickly check an example related to the same. Right over here, I forgot to tell you the other example. So all are going to Delhi. Here this is related to countable noun, where all can be counted. If you want to count the number of people, those who are going to Delhi, you can count. Now let us come back to this topic. As I told you, let us check an example. So the example is like this: bring me another knife as this one is blunt. So another is used only with singular countable nouns, whereas other can be used with singular countable noun, plural countable noun, or uncountable nouns. Example, you can see an example is given based on that. Now we are using other. The other students went back home. So over here, the other students is the noun over here, which is more than one. So plural countable noun. Okay, so and we have used other over here. So you see how this other is to be used. The other students went back home. And the last 2 words that we are going to learn in this chapter: either or neither. It can also be said as either or neither. Okay, either is used to refer to 2 things, people or situation, and neither is used only with singular countable noun and singular verb. Neither is the negative of either. So either is in both the cases it is being used with 2 things. Remember, where we are comparing, or it can be used for one of the 2 things. We are talking about one of the 2 things. Now for example, if I say neither of the boys in this class has taken vaccine, so it is correct. okay, where I am talking about two groups where the other group is not mentioned. So this class is a group of boys as well as girls, but then in my example, what did I give you or what did I tell you? Neither of the boys have taken vaccination. Okay, so here you see we are using neither as to refer to one group. So this is an example related to either and neither. I hope it is clear to you. Now we will spend some time in doing some exercise.